Hi, this is Vargas, and I am back again with the last part of the Movie Freak Bazaar DVDs that I got 2 weeks ago that I'm just now recording. If you saw the first round of these videos, I did a quick spirit bottling taste test review of Clan McGregor. I recorded that, and at the end of that, if you're paying attention, you saw that I served a little bit in the tasting glass that I have here, recorded video, and I'm coming back to that because it's been sitting for a bit, and yeah, it's a little swirl. I did not add any water, and I don't know if I probably should have. But let's see if, now that it's been sitting, I pick up anything new. And no. Still smells like alcohol. I kind of envy, well, I don't kind of envy. I envy people that have been doing this for a longer while and are able to pick up. So, again, maybe there's not that much to pick up on this because it's a, I don't know how it's a budget Scotch whiskey because it's made in Scotland, bottled in Scotland, imported from Scotland to Mexico. It should be more expensive, but it was a good price. And again, this is my first time having Scotch whiskey, so I don't have that much experience with this. I usually drink vodka and now rums. I really, really like rums and wine. But again, I'm not getting anything except the smell of alcohol. So, cheers. No water. Still has the burn of alcohol, but again, it's 40%. Still much better than the Presidente. That was 35%, and it tasted nothing but alcohol. And in the aftertaste, again, cereal. I'm getting cereal. So I am going to just add water. A little bit of water. I probably added too much. Have a nice swirl. Swirl, no shakes. Okay. Gonna leave that sitting there while I do the DVD update. I still don't regret the Clan McGregor. I still enjoy it more than Presidente, but it does have a very alcoholic taste. And again, this being my first experience with Scotch whiskey, I don't know if that's the norm or if it's just because it's a budget whiskey or a blended whiskey. I don't know. I'm neither whiskeys. But let's get started. First off, the 2-disc special edition with a silver slipcase of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire widescreen edition. I've only seen this one without the slipcase, but Movie Freak Bazaar had one with the slipcase. I have this on Blu-ray, but my wife wanted to get our daughter into Harry Potter, so I have the first one on DVD, which she saw. We're still have to sit down with her to see part 2, but I don't have part 3. Well, wait, I do have Prisoner of Azkaban on DVD, but I don't have part 4, which is this one, on DVD. And in the bedroom where we sleep, where I have the DVD player, it's just the DVD player. We don't have the Blu-ray. I use the PlayStation 3 for that. So yeah, I bought this because out of necessity, because once we were finished with part 2 and 3, this is part 4, and I want my daughter to see it. So yeah, that's why I picked it up. And again, I also bought it because I've never seen it with the slipcase, so there you go. Picked up the 25th anniversary special edition of Slapshot. uh, starring Paul Newman. This is a hockey movie. I can't remember if I've seen this one. I'm pretty sure I did, or I might be confusing it with Miracle, the Disney movie one. I like Mighty Ducks. I'm not a big fan of hockey, but I like hockey movies. Again, Mighty Ducks is pretty up there. I can't remember if I've seen Slapshot. I probably have, because these guys look familiar. But I'll have to watch it and revisit this one. This one is a blind buy. I don't know anything about it. Red Riding 1980. This appears to be part of a box set because it's one of these thin DVD cases. So, oh yeah, actually it says here. It's part of the Red Riding trilogy. So, there you go. Now I need to get I don't know what part this one is, but I need to get the other parts to have the trilogy. So, there you go. Picked up Duel to the Death. This is a really cool martial arts movie about a master Chinese swordsman that is forced by his country to fight a master Japanese swordsman who's a samurai. And the two countries pit them together by things that neither of one of them are happy with. Just a lot of political intrigue, and they don't want to fight. They don't feel it's something that they have to do, but they're forced into it. And then the final battle is really cool. Again, I like martial arts. I like anything with samurai, and this being a samurai versus a Japanese swordsman, samurai is a Japanese swordsman. Samurai versus a Chinese swordsman is something I really like. So yeah, pick that one up. I picked up a copy of Shaft, but I also found this one. And I don't think I've seen this one, but I picked it up. Stars Max Julien, Richard Pryor, and Roger E. Mosley. The Mac. The Big Mac Daddy. I definitely don't think I've seen this one, but I picked it up because I wanted to see this one. Trying to get a little bit, I think I mentioned this before, I want to get a few Marilyn Monroe movies, so I picked up The Misfits. I can't remember if I've already talked about it or if it's in the batch of movies that I picked up through Power Movies. I think I might have gotten it already through Movie Freak Bazaar, but I was missing the 7-year itch, and I know I bought it, but I can't remember through who now. And this is just an extra one. If memory serves me right, I might be mistaken, but I think this is Marilyn Monroe's last movie. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it might be. And probably also Clark Gable's last movie before he died. But yeah, pick that one up. Picked up starring Richard Gere and Andy Garcia, Infernal Affairs. This is during the time where Richard Gere was in everything. He was in a whole bunch of movies. And yeah, just picked it up. This one, I have a copy, but the copy that I have is kind of scratched. The Blu-ray reads it, which is the PlayStation 3, reads it just fine. But the two DVDs that I have, not so much. So this is a repurchase. And this copy is nice and minty fresh. And it's The Batman versus Dracula. This is a animated movie starring the Batman, which was a Batman cartoon series that released on the WB. And he fights against Dracula and vampires. It's nowhere near as cool as Red Rain, the comic book that pits Dracula versus Batman. Dracula wants to make an army of vampires. He makes the Joker into a vampire, but he's just like a supervillain, being evil for evil's sake. He's not very three-dimensional. But it has a nice, interesting moment with Batman and the vampire Joker that I liked. So, The Batman versus Dracula. Just because it's a nicer copy. Picked up this one, a blind buy, but it's FMV FMW Deathmatch. And this seems to be Japanese wrestling. Japanese wrestling sometimes is, from what little I've seen, is really, at least this one seems to be really intense. Their death matches are just really brutal. I'm not big into that kind of wrestling. I like luchador wrestling, and I like the big showboating of American wrestling. Japanese wrestling is interesting. It's very quirky, but yeah, I still, when Chris Jericho fought Kenny Omega, I thought that was really awesome. But then again, Kenny Omega fought a little girl and a mannequin ragdoll. So it's very weird. But yeah, I've seen a couple of death matches. That's really bloody and brutal. But this, I don't know if this is just a compilation or like a wrestling event. But picked it up. This one, I have a different version of this. But I don't know if if the one I have is different from this one. But it's the documentary Beyond the Mat. This is a documentary that showcases how kind of messed up wrestling is, and with Mick Foley, Terry Funk, and The Rock. And Jake the Snake is also in this. And I have a copy of this with a nice silver slipcase, but the cover's different. And I know that there's the original version, and then there's like an extended version. I don't know if the copy that I have is the extended one. I know this is not. This is the original version. But if the one that I have is the extended version, then now I have the original one. And this is a really good documentary, but also kind of a downer documentary, because you see how messed up the wrestlers' lives can be after, where they just put their bodies through hell, and now they have to wrestle like small time arenas, and their lives is just really messed up. But really good documentary, but really also kind of a downer, especially with Jake the Snake. Picked up this 7-movie collection by good old Echo Bridge. Oh, Echo Bridge. That and Mill Creek. Really like to cram as many movies as they can into a disc, and the image quality takes a hit. But this is Keanu Reeves in Brotherhood of Justice. This is if memory serves me right, this is one of Keanu Reeves' earlier roles, but I really like how they made, this is clearly meant to look like John Wick, even though Keanu Reeves is very young in Brotherhood of Justice, and it also stars Keith Sullivan, but they really want to sell you that like this is John Wick, with a really bad Photoshop Keanu Reeves there. But it has 8 movies. It has Brotherhood of Justice, The Wild Ride, Ministry of Vengeance, Forever Mine, Confessions of a Police Captain, A Dangerous Place, Demolition High, and Street Corner Justice. So none of these movies I had, so I picked it up because it was really cheap. And the last one, this is actually a gift from one of my wife's friends. She knows I like wrestling, and she gave me this, and I'm really happy because I did not have this one. And it's with the Immortal Hulk Hogan. This is the 2-disc documentary that they did for Hulk Hogan. Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Hulk Still Lives. This was released after Hogan came back to WWE. And yeah, it has 15 matches from him. It has the documentary. The only Hogan thing I had was the anthology. But that was just a collection of matches. This is his documentary, up to the point before he fought Brock Lesnar. Yes, this is before he fought Brock Lesnar and then became Mr. America, I think it was. But yeah, I grew up with Hogan. I was a Hulkamaniac. I said my prayers, drank my vitamins, and when he came back, I was like thrown right back when I was a kid. Even though now, in retrospect, he wasn't the best wrestler. I have more respect for the Undertaker than or Macho Man, of course, than I do now for Hogan. But when I was a kid, I was a Hulkamaniac, and I really got into his comeback, his first comeback with WWE, just when he came back as in the NWO, but then the fans made him Hulk Hogan again, and Hulkamania ran wild for a bit there. That was really cool. But yeah, got this one. So thank you so much to my wife's friend for that. I can't believe I forgot this. I forgot. I like to recommend the standouts of the collection. I didn't do it for the last video because I'm a idiot. But of the ones I've seen, if you can find it, I recommend Duel to the Death. This was really cool. And if you can find it, Hulk Still Rules. This is the only Hulk Hogan documentary that WWE released. The anthology one is just a compilation of matches with segments here and there. This is the proper documentary. And then they released another one called Hulk Hogan's Unreleased Matches. But that's just another compilation. If you want the Hogan documentary, this one, it's not the best WWE documentary, but if you want the Hogan documentary, this is the one you want to get. So I recommend this one, but again, I have no idea how hard it would be to find. So, before I go, let's just go back to Clan McGregor. Been sitting here for a bit with water. Give this one last taste for you guys. Still smells like alcohol. I really wanted a nice sipping Scotch whiskey, but apparently if you want that, you need to get the more expensive ones. But I'm just getting alcohol. Just alcohol, nothing else. Alcohol and cereal. That's all I'm getting. I don't know, it's weird. Just alcohol and cereal. Again, don't regret buying that. It was a nice introduction to Scotch whiskey. I bought it because it looked like authentic Scotch whiskey. But that might just be marketing. But I don't regret it. I also don't want to mix it. I don't know if that's how that was designed to be a mixer, but I would not want to mix this. I'll give it a more chance, and if it definitely, again, I hate to keep going back to this. Definitely a huge improvement over the Presidente. That was offensive, but not bad as a sipper, but maybe it's just not my thing. I do want to try a few more, but I have this glaring suspicion that if I want a nice sipping whiskey, I'm gonna have to buy one of the more expensive ones. We'll see. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for putting up with this madness that I call a YouTube channel. Again, I know I mentioned this. I've been mentioning this in a lot of my videos because I forget to do it. And I have been forgetting to do it for a long time. But if you would help the YouTube algorithm with a like, share, a comment, that really helps out. And until I see you all again, which will probably be another, and at least until I finish this bottle of Scotch whiskey, it will probably be another DVD update. It's been 2 weeks, so I have 2 weeks worth of stuff that I need to pick up through Movie Freak. And I still have to get together with Power Movies to pick up the stuff that I have with him. So expect DVD updates. You probably won't see another alcohol review until I finish this one. And afterwards, it will probably be a wine review. But take care. We're still not through these crazy times. Please stay safe. Please take all your precautions. Because I don't want to... I would not like to hear people, suffer through these hard times. But take care, and I'll see you next video. Bye.